What's good? What's good? This is Stika. This is Stika, the podcast. Hey, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Hey, I appreciate all the love and support that throw me, gente, man. Y'all keep subscribing to the channel, man. That's the only way you get notified. No, you got to click notification bell to get notified. Yeah, you're right. Hey, I hope everybody doing good, man. Having a good time out there, man. I know the New Year's here, man. You probably got a whole bunch of plans lined up, man. But hopefully I'm here to inspire, enlighten you, give you some motivation, and shout outs to all the fathers out there. I'm a father myself, but hey, I wouldn't be the man I am today, staying strong on my feet, if I didn't come from a father that was strong too. Yo. How do I describe this one, man? This one right here, man, hits different, man. See, I could be that kid that could complain about my father being a certain way. My father was very strong and strict on the way he got things done. My father didn't take no from nobody, especially his kids. As y'all could see on the thumbnail, hey, I'm a firm believer that, hey, you got to do what you got to do as a father with discipline. Everybody disciplines the kid their own way. Yeah, man. Yeah. That my dad was something else, man. And I learned a lot from my dad. I will say that, man. Some of the things I learned from my dad are what not to be. You know what I mean? But I can't blame him. He came from a background of not having a father like that. So the love that I've always wanted from my dad, I didn't get when I was a kid. I got it when I got a lot older, but as a kid, he didn't give me that love that I wanted and I needed at the time. My mother was there for that. My dad worked very, very hard. He provided. He gave me a roof over my head. He put food on the plate, the clothes on my back. It wasn't some of the fanciest things in life, but I did know one thing: the man never walked out on me. He had his strict ways. He had his own way of thinking, his own way of saying, hey, this is the way you gotta be. He came from Central America. Imagine this. Came from Central America, right? The first time. And it didn't work out well for him. Then he came back again and again. And then by the third time, he said, this is where I'm at. I don't care how I'm going to make things happen. He had no money. He had no job. He didn't know nobody. And on top of all this, he didn't know English. Imagine the odds stacked against you, right? Nothing was given to him. Everything he had to work for, he had to put in that work. That's what that man taught me. Continue working. Put in that work, stop making excuses, and just go out there and go get it. Look, I'm gonna help you out as much as I can. Hey, I'm not a millionaire, but I know how to use my hands, and I'm gonna put in the work. Well, we at the best houses. We didn't even live in the house. We were in some of these bad apartments, but Dad was there to protect. Dad always had my back. Through the good and bad. That man right there, when I think about my pops sometimes, man, I'm like, that's a hard-working Salvadoreño. That man could have just said, you know what, F all this ain't working out like I thought it was. Let me go back to Central America. Let me stay over there. Let me figure it out over there. But he didn't. He said, you know what? I want better for my kids. I want my kids to see something different. And as many times that I looked at my dad and I hated him. I hated him, man. Because I said to myself, how can somebody do the things that he does and think it's okay? How can somebody get away with the things that he says and it's okay? So at being a teenager, there was moments I'd be like, I can't stand this man. But as I got older and reached the level that I'm at, I thank him. I really do, y'all. I look at that man now and I say, I appreciate you, Dad. I understand why you did the things you did. My dad is the type of person that's quiet, doesn't show love, but when he does, you know what it is. You know what time it is. I remember when I was doing music, right? And my dad didn't want me to do music at all. And then, one day I just invited him to his show. Just invited him to his show. He saw me performing, and ever since then, he said, I can't miss another show. And right then, I knew my dad always believed in me, but he just didn't know how to express it because he didn't have a father to express those emotions to him. He tells me stories about when he was a little kid. He was in the farm in a rancho taking care of animals. He had no shoes on his feet. He comes from a background of 18 brothers and sisters. And he was the baby and getting mistreated by his dad. This conversation me and my dad have had, that he tells me about his dad, that he didn't understand how can he will pick and choose who will be the ones out of the bunch that will be successful, but never looked at my dad and said, I see something in you. So I understand now why he did the things that he did and why he didn't believe, because he didn't have nobody believing in him. But the reason why I'm talking about my dad in this kind of way is because the things that he did made me say, you know what, I need to do different. I got to be a different kind of person. I got to make those changes because the cycle could still continue, right? The verbal, the physical, what they call abuse. I didn't call it abuse, man. When growing up, it felt kind of like it, but looking at it now, I'm like, he did what he only knew how to do. He didn't know no other way. Like I said, my dad was very strong, direct. He put it like this. My dad's not the type of person that would repeat himself twice. He said it one time, you didn't hear him, you won't get it. This is the way he gave it up, man. That's just the way he gave it up. He's not a person that yells. He would say, ven pa acá, and that's what it was. You come over here, I'm talking to you, and that's it. The majority of the time, I wasn't talking, but at the end of the day, I understood what he did, you know? And I don't judge him for it no more, man. There was a time in my life that I was very, very hateful towards him. But he made me this person, a strong person. And now that I look at it, I understand why he made me that way. Because I could be like these younger generation kids complaining, whining, tearing up, and doing all kinds of crazy stuff for attention. But my dad said, nah, you don't need to do that. You a man first before anything. And as a man, you have a responsibility. You got to be strong. That's one. You got to be ready physical for whatever comes your way. You got to learn how to defend yourself. That's two. You got to have dignity, morals, respect for yourself. You got all these things that my dad taught me. I'm seeing these young people don't have. And some of these young people need that dad. They need that whooping on that butt. You need to sit down. You need a strong father. But you know what the problem is? That some of these fathers haven't accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, so they put it on the kid. My dad didn't do that. My dad said, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. I'm going to support you as much as I can. I'm going to provide you as much as I can. But I need you to step it up and take it to another level. Because you cannot be doing the same thing I was doing. I heard this one story once, right? This man's describing that. He describes it in cars, right? What I mean by that, look, I'm gonna put it all together. I don't know how he said it directly, but this is what he said. He said, hey, look, my dad used to drive a Toyota Camry. Me, I'm gonna drive a BMW. My son would drive a Lamborghini Ferrari. Now his son, it will start all over again. That's exactly how my dad paved the way, right? My dad did everything he could in his power to make it happen this way, the best way he could. He wasn't driving the fanciest cars. He wasn't doing that. He was just out there trying to get it. Tooth and nail, just trying to put in that work. Then I remember my dad told me, he said, don't be like that. Don't work with your hands, work with your mind. Use your head, use your cabeza, cabrón. Úsala, cabrón. Then what did I do? I took it to another level, got a big house. My kids will never have to see that struggle. Then my kids, I'm trying to line them up so they could take it to another level. And hopefully somewhere in the process, they don't have to redo that again. But if they do, they have to start all over again. If they have to. But like I said, man, when I look at my father, I don't look at a man, an abusive man. I look at a man that stood strong on his beliefs or what he thought was right. Was I upset? Was I angry? Yes, I was, like any other kid would be, another teenager would be. But I understood the values that he put in me that made me the man I am today, and I appreciate it. And Pops, si estás mirando esto, gracias por todo lo que hiciste. Te amo mucho con mi corazón. Gracias. Because to you, I am the man I am today. Is there things I could work on? Absolutely, like anybody else. But I appreciate that specific man, that my dad, he did not walk away. I love you for that. And you showed me a lot, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Gracias. Hey, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Si te gusta lo que mira, press like. Share this video on all your social media platforms. Drop a comment in the comment section. No more interacting with mi gente. Tu sabes. Hit the notification bell to get notified. Visit the website r2drec.com. And always remember, have peace in your heart. Have faith. Never give up. All right. One. What's good? What's good? Hey, this is Steeko. Hey, somewhere on here, there's a link to my music page. Y'all go check out the music. We got video, visuals. We got audio. Trust me, we got some dope music. When you get a chance, subscribe to that channel as well. The music is on there. Hey, let's keep this rolling, man. Y'all know what it is, man. This is Steeko. All right. One.